What are people looking for primarily when they engage a builder?
So I think like most builders can build walls and kitchens, and I think that's not what people are looking for when they're engaging a builder. I think really finding a builder that you can trust, and it's obviously quite a daunting process undertaking an extension or renovation project like this. So you want someone that you can communicate with and trust and really understands the design vision. Because at the end of the day, there's such a huge variance in skill level and quality of builders, and ones that may not have undertaken this sort of project before. So I think my recommendation for clients is to find someone that's got a background in delivering these sort of projects, and someone that you can trust and enjoy the process with along the way.
How do you build relationships with your clients?
So I think undertaking any kind of heritage project, there's always the surprises. Like I've never had a project that's problem free. So for us, it's really about communication. So when issues come up and surprises come up, it's being able to sort of explain what the problems are, explain what the different paths and solutions are for a client, and the pros and cons and the costs, and just being able to really see yourself in their shoes as well, because they don't understand, like us as builders, we take this for granted in terms of being able to read drawings and understand what's going to happen and what's going on. So it's just being able to really communicate along the process and make sure that they feel informed.
What is the most important thing people should look for when selecting a builder?
Again, I think we're leaning on this sort of thought process of trust. So I think it's really interesting. If you give a set of plans to 3 different builders, each of the homes will come out uniquely different. I don't think there's any, no plan set is 100% detailed, that there's always a lot of interpretation as builders. So I think when someone's trying to find a builder, you're trying to find someone that's got a track record of delivering the sort of projects that you want to undertake, or that you're looking to undertake yourself, and one that you can communicate with and really enjoy the process, because at the end of the day, you're going to be working with them for about 2-3 years potentially. Wow. So yeah, you want to make sure that you get along with them and have an amazing time.
How do you think the property market has responded to more new builds?
I think construction is expensive. There's no doubt about it. Like, particularly building a home like this, obviously there's a huge amount of labour and workmanship that goes into it. So what we found is that there's a huge demand for pre-finished homes like this. Clients a lot of time don't want to undertake the stress of going through this whole entire process. But I suppose us being the biased builders, and obviously now we've got a design arm as well, that I think the problem with that is that the home is nice, but it's never going to be uniquely yours. So we would always would love clients to go down and undertake their own journey, but there's definitely a strong demand for a pre-finished home where people can move in right away rather than having to go through the whole process.
Is there a particular style, if you were just building for sale, for example, that you would suggest is safely everyone's kind of story versus that person's individual?
The thing about Melbourne is there's just such a huge variety of styles. Like, you've got French provincial, we've got Hampton style homes, you've got really 70s kind of colourful homes like this, more contemporary grey boxes in Hawthorn, Malvern. So I don't think there's any right or wrong answer, but I think the key is that to really, it's like a design process. You really want to understand who the buyer is going to be, or who your client's going to be, so that you can picture yourself in their shoes and make sure that you're sort of accommodating their needs and allowing the home to be theirs.
You've done your own projects for
I
sale.
have, yeah.
What sort of theme did you incorporate through your own projects?
So as a company, YProjects, where we specialise in contemporary heritage extensions. So it was very much that. So I've got a particular love for Victorian terraces. I think there's something so beautiful about them, particularly when they're restored. So most of our projects that we've undertaken personally, and the projects I probably get the most enjoyment out of, is restoring that gorgeous terrace house and then adding a really contemporary or juxtaposition kind of extension on the back. So that's exactly what we did at Clifton Hill, and we've got a few projects coming up that do the same.
So you said that, your wife gets taken on this journey where she falls in love with the property, and then you kind of move on to the next project. Is there one particular feature out of the last project that you did that she sort of fell in love with and wanted to take into the next one?
Yeah, she was not happy when we got rid of her beautiful walk-in wardrobe. So as you can imagine, you don't realise how much clothes you can possibly have until you build a big walk-in wardrobe and you fill it up, and then you move out of that back into a rundown terrace with IKEA furniture again. So I think that was the biggest thing she was most upset about, is losing that. Cool.
What's one detail when building that people often overlook?
I think our biggest thing we see that people overlook is lighting. So I think lighting has come a long way. Like, I think there used to be this sort of, it might be an older approach that people really want to feel like the home is really light and bright. But I think considered lighting is one of the most beautiful things. And this is what makes this house feel so amazing, that it's not just littered with down lights all over the ceiling. There's beautiful use of lamps and beautiful wall lights, etc., that just make the home feel so cozy and soft. And I don't think you want to get home and feel like you're stepping into a doctor's studio, that it should just feel nice and calm and tranquil. And that's what beautiful lighting can do.
What's your favourite feature of this project?
It's got to be this big river cladding. So it's funny, I wasn't fully sold on it. This is obviously a very expensive premium product, but there's some amazing fake timber veneers out in the market at the moment, and obviously this was a huge cost to our client, but seeing it done and all finished here, it's just amazing the way that you can see the tree and see the rings of the trunk as well, just coming through the timber is just like nothing else. So that for me is the favourite part of the project.
I think you can feel it when you're here.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
Just
and
has
it's
a
just
different feeling.
so warm, and it's amazing.
It obviously takes a big team to get something this beautifully done. Who else was involved in this project?
So we worked with P12 Architects, so they are the ones that came up with this amazing design. And then our client, Lauren and Glenn. Lauren is an interior decorator by trade, so you can just see her styling coming out for the house. We also work with the amazing team at Mud to do this amazing landscaping. So just to really soften the house and bring it all together.
You've all done such a beautiful job. Thank you so much for inviting us here today. It's such a gorgeous project, and you can really feel the love that's been put into every small detail. So thank you so much.
Thank you, amazing.